Sometimes in life, the most powerful move you can make is the move nobody sees coming. Not every plan needs to be announced. Not every dream needs to be explained. Not every goal needs to be posted, shared, or discussed with everyone around you. Because sometimes, the more you talk about your plans, the less energy you have left to actually build them. And that is why this one sentence is so powerful. Make your next move in silence. At first, it sounds simple. It sounds like just another motivational line. But when you really think about it, this sentence carries a deep lesson about focus, discipline, protection, and growth. Most people fail before they even start. Not because they do not have talent. Not because they do not have ideas. Not because they do not have dreams. But because they talk too much too early. They tell everyone what they are going to do. They explain every plan. They announce every goal. They share every step before they even take action. They say, "I'm going to start a business. I'm going to change my life. I'm going to become successful. I'm going to prove everyone wrong. I'm going to build something big." But then something happens. Some people laugh. Some people doubt them. Some people criticize them. Some people give negative opinions. Some people act supportive, but secretly they do not want to see them rise. And slowly, the fire inside begins to reduce. The dream that once felt powerful starts to feel heavy. The confidence that once felt strong starts to become weak. And before they even begin the journey, they are already tired from explaining themselves. That is why silence is powerful. Silence protects your dream while it is still growing. Because dreams are like seeds. When a seed is planted under the ground, it does not make noise. It does not announce itself to the world. It does not shout, "Look at me, I am becoming a tree." No. It stays hidden. It stays silent. It grows in darkness. It grows under pressure. It grows where nobody can see it. And only when the roots are strong enough, only when the foundation is ready, only when the time is right, it breaks through the surface. That is how success works too. Real success is not built in public. It is built in private. It is built in quiet mornings. It is built in lonely nights. It is built when nobody is clapping for you. It is built when nobody is watching. It is built when you are tired, but you still continue. It is built when you fail, but you still try again. The world usually sees the result, but it rarely sees the sacrifice. People see the final version of someone and say, "Wow, they changed. Wow, they are lucky. Wow, They became successful suddenly. But nothing happened suddenly. That person was working silently, learning silently, improving silently, losing silently, healing silently, fighting silently. And one day, the result became too big to ignore. That is why you should stop announcing your next move to people who do not understand your vision. Because not everyone deserves access to your plans. Some people will not understand your dream because they cannot see what you see. Some people will judge your beginning because they have no idea about your ending. Some people will laugh at your small steps because they do not understand that every big success starts small. And some people will try to discourage you. Not because your dream is impossible, but because your courage reminds them of their own fear. When you start moving differently, people notice. When you stop wasting time, people notice. When you become serious about your future, people notice. And sometimes, instead of supporting you, they question you. Why are you doing that? Do you really think that will work? Who do you think you are? Why are you changing so much? Why are you acting different? But remember this. You do not need permission to grow. You do not need approval to improve. You do not need applause to start. And you definitely do not need everyone to believe in you. Sometimes, you only need one thing. Discipline. Discipline to keep going when motivation disappears. Discipline to stay focused when distractions are everywhere. Discipline to work on your dream while others are wasting time. Discipline to stay silent even when you want to prove yourself. Because one of the hardest things in life is having a big vision and not explaining it to everyone. You want to tell people. You want to show them. You want to prove that you are not wasting your time. But sometimes, the best proof is not words. The best proof is results. Words can be doubted. Plans can be criticized. Dreams can be laughed at. But results are different. Results speak a language everyone understands. When you become better, they will notice. When your life changes, they will see it. When your work becomes powerful, they will feel it. So instead of explaining your next move, execute it. Instead of announcing your goals, work on them. Instead of telling people what you are going to become it. There is power in silence because silence keeps your energy inside you. When you talk too much, you release energy. You feel like you already did something because people reacted to your plan. You get temporary excitement from telling them. You feel motivated for a moment. But after that moment passes, you are left with the same work, the same struggle, the same responsibility. That is why many people love talking about success. But very few people are willing to do the work required for success. They enjoy the idea of success. They enjoy imagining the result. They enjoy telling people about the dream. But they do not enjoy the boring, painful, silent process. And that is where winners are created. Winners are created in the silent process. When nobody is checking on you. When nobody is reminding you. When nobody is forcing you. You wake up and do the work because you know what you want. You learn the skill. You build the habit. You save the money. You improve your body. You fix your mindset. You control your emotions. You remove distractions. You become better step by step. Quietly. That is how your next move should be. Not loud. Not desperate. Not for attention. Silent. Focused. Intentional. Because when you move in silence, you are not moving for applause. You are moving for purpose. You are not doing it to impress people. You are doing it to change your life. And that is a completely different level of power. Think about the strongest people you know. They usually do not talk too much. They do not explain every decision. They do not beg for validation. They do not need everyone to understand them. They move with calm confidence. Because they know something most people do not know. Noise does not equal progress. Just because someone talks a lot does not mean they are moving forward. Just because someone looks busy does not mean they are building something meaningful. Just because someone posts every step does not mean they are truly growing. Real growth is often quiet. Healing is quiet. Discipline is quiet. Learning is quiet. Transformation is quiet. A person who is truly changing may look silent from the outside. But inside, they are fighting a war. They are fighting old habits. They are fighting fear. They are fighting laziness. They are fighting self-doubt. They are fighting the version of themselves that wants to give up. And that fight does not need an audience. Your next move needs focus, not noise. Because the moment you tell the wrong people your plan, you invite unnecessary opinions. Some people will give advice from a life they are not even happy with. Some people will tell you what is impossible, even though they have never tried anything difficult themselves. Some people will make you question yourself, not because they know better, but because they are afraid of seeing you become better. So protect your vision. Protect it like something valuable. Because it is valuable. Your dream is not just an idea. It is a future version of your life. And not everyone should have access to that future before it is built. Sometimes, privacy is not weakness. Privacy is strategy. Silence is not fear. Silence is control. Not reacting is not losing. Not explaining is not ignorance. Sometimes, silence means, I am working on something bigger than your opinion. Sometimes, silence means, I do not need to prove myself today. Sometimes, silence means, you will understand later. And that is the mindset you need. Because when you are building something meaningful, there will be moments when you feel lonely. There will be moments when nobody understands you. There will be moments when your progress feels slow. There will be moments when you question yourself. You may ask, is this worth it? They did not stop because people doubted them. They did not stop because results were slow. They did not stop because the journey was hard. They kept moving. And they moved silently until their results became louder than every doubt. That is what you need to do. Do not waste your energy trying to convince people. Use that energy to build. Do not waste your time trying to prove your dream is possible. Use that time to make it real. Do not argue with people who cannot see your vision. Let your progress answer them. Because one day, the same people who questioned you may ask how you did it. One day, the same people who ignored your effort may respect your result. One day, the same people who laughed at your beginning may be shocked by your ending. But by then, you will not need revenge. You will not need anger. You will not need to say, I told you so. Because success itself will be the answer. And the most beautiful part is this. When you move in silence, you start building a stronger relationship with yourself. You stop depending on outside validation. You stop needing people to clap for every small step. You stop waiting for someone to tell you that you are doing well. You become your own supporter. You become your own motivation. You become your own proof. And that is powerful. Because the moment you stop needing approval, you become dangerous in the best way. You become focused. You become calm. You become consistent. You become hard to distract. You stop chasing attention and start chasing growth. You stop comparing yourself to others and start competing with your old self. That is when real transformation begins. So from today, move differently. Do not tell everyone what you are planning. Do not announce every decision. Do not explain your next chapter to people who are still judging your previous one. Let them misunderstand you. Let them underestimate you. Let them think you are doing nothing. While they are talking, you are building. While they are laughing, you are learning. While they are doubting, you are improving. While they are distracted, you are preparing. And when the time is right, your results will speak. Not loudly because you forced them to, but naturally, because they became impossible to ignore. Remember this. A lion does not need to tell the forest it is a lion. The sun does not need to announce that it will rise. A storm does not ask for permission before it changes the sky. Power does not always make noise. Sometimes, the most powerful things in life happen silently. So make your next move in silence. Work when nobody is watching. Improve when nobody is clapping. Build when nobody believes. Stay focused when nobody understands. And when your time comes, do not explain too much. Just let them see what silence created. Because the people who doubted you do not need another promise. They need proof. And your proof will be your progress. Your proof will be your discipline. Your proof will be your new mindset. Your proof will be the person you become. So keep going. Quietly. Patiently. Relentlessly. Your next move does not need noise. It needs focus. It needs discipline. It needs courage. And most importantly, it needs silence. Because sometimes, the loudest success comes from the quietest work. Make your next move in silence. And let your results make the noise.